Hey YouTube, back with another collection video. So what you see in front of you, this is a mix of different companies, but kind of what the entire theme is in this particular collection is that these are all European knife companies that I have in my collection. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'll start with the DPX gear, the Hest Folder 2.0. So, you know, Van Pelton, Robert Young Pelton, whatever his name is. Yeah, he's an American and everything, but this particular model, as most of you know, was manufactured by Lion Steel, made in Italy. You can kind of see that on the backspacer back there. So I included it in this particular collection video. It's the only DPX gear item I have. Mine has gotten some of the lock rock issues. You might be able to hear that. So it's kind of intermittent, and what I found is that it's this lock bar, the tension seems to stop and it doesn't want to engage fully, which is why that rock happens. If I push that lock over, then there's no problem. So it doesn't really bother me. This is as I've said before, I keep this in my car, you know, for the window punch capability, and just for having that kind of last ditch blade if you know, I forget it for whatever reason. So there's that one. Move on to this bad boy right here. Some of you have probably seen this one before. I actually picked it up after watching the video by ST Schmalhaus, Stefan, who lives over there in I think he lives in Germany, and it was a cool little knife. I liked it. It's a carbon steel blade, and the handle is just simply a piece of steel that's been stamped and folded over and then pinned together. So really simple construction. It's fairly light. It's not bad. Little nail nick here, and that lock bar above. So this is a Mercator Knife Company, or when Stefan says it, it's Mercator, and it's made in Solingen, Germany, which is kind of like you know, Solingen is like a Sheffield for the English, or you know, like the New York plants and Pennsylvania plants that we had here in the U.S., especially in the boom of the industrial age. So nice little knife, not unlike the case pocket knives that Americans would carry. This is a type of thing, you know, you'd see a European carry. Alright, let's move on to these Opinels, or Opinel. And this is a number 9 in this one, and this is a number 12. So this is a pretty big honking big one. They got this little locking collar on them, the beechwood. I haven't done any modifications to the handles, although that's kind of a cool thing that people like to do, customize the handles. You slide that over, locks the blade in place. So this is like a 3.5 inch blade or so, really good sized on this one. And this large number 12, this is a big one. I'm not sure how big this blade is. Now you can see a little bit of staining from some oil maybe. Have to check that out. Kind of a cool little logo they put on there. Throw this into a picnic basket, you know. That's your cooking blade, preparation blade if you want. Really not anything you take on a picnic that this can handle. Alright, moving on, we got this Fall Niven U2. Another small little classic styled pocket knife. You know, can go in the watch pocket or the fifth pocket of some jeans, or you know, even loosen some slacks into the regular pocket. Fairly light. It's got a Zytel handle. It's got a laminated blade on this particular one with super gold powder steel SGPS is what's in this one. You might be able to see the lamination line on there. Right about there. Runs along. Nice little knife. Alright, this cutlery. You don't see a lot of these on the market. I know A.G. Russell sells these, which is where I actually bought it. This is a Christian Wimpf design. It's a Warncliffe. See there with the 440C and a combo edge blade. What's really crazy is just how thin this model is. Really light for the size. See the lock up there? Really nice. It's a black G10. I think this is a titanium scale. I'm not sure. It's either steel or titanium. I have to check on that. Pull out a magnet, see what it is. Regardless of which material it is, it's still for a very thin, very lightweight knife for the size. Nice action too. You see it comes in this little slip case. Good fit finish on these. Swiss made. So kind of what you'd expect, right? Alright. This is a Zikar knife. Believe it or not. Some of you may be familiar with them for the fact that they make cigar cutters. Is really where they came in. And then they started making some knives. So this is the 188 BATR, made in Italy. Kind of a cool case that it came in. And this one has some wood onlays. There's a tool to remove those as well. Interesting pocket clip, deep carry. Reaches across both of the scales on this particular one. Again, it's you can see there, built in Italy by Lion Steel for Zikar. Kind of a modified Tonto looking blade. It's interesting. I like carrying it when I'm you know, in some type of semi-dress suit, something like that. Like how it has that kind of arc to it. Fits into the palm of the hand really well. I'm not sure what steel this is. I think I remember reading it's one of them funny you know, letter number combinations. You know, Z50X blah 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 or something or other. But again, for where I'm going to be carrying this and using it, you know, put an edge on it, make sure it's sharp before I go out for the day, and I'm good to go. Really attractive wood scales on this one. Or wood onlay, I should say. Anodized aluminum handle. You see there the titanium liner lock, which is anodized bronze. Alright, so the last one in this collection, this is one I picked up recently. For some reason I've always kind of dug these EKAs, and you see it's Sweden. And this one is kind of a hunter model. Comes with this sheath. I'm not really a sheath guy myself. You know, I really like to have clips on my knives, and I use them clipped. So, Tech Cut says on there. Let's pull this bad boy out. So, I kind of like this company. There's a model that I would actually like to try and get from them. It's called the Swede 92 is the model number. And it's a really interesting backlock if you guys find some other videos on it. It's a pretty cool knife. But this is, let's see here, Swede 10 orange with sheath. So they make this also in black, but I kind of like the orange. It's a polymer or rubber kind of material. Like, I don't think it's Kraton. It feels a little harder than Kraton. A nice little drop point blade. What is that, drop point? just barely drops down, starting about here. But 3D contouring on those handles. It is a mid-back lock. See the hollow grind on that? Just a beautiful blade. It's 12C27 steel, which is, you know, it's actually, that steel has been around for quite a while, and they've been using it for decades to make things like razor blades and even straight razors and stuff. 12C27. It's a really fine-grained steel. Takes a really nice polished edge. You don't have to worry about carbide pop out or that type of stuff. I get that to show on the reflections. There you go. Fills the hand nicely. This jimping is really nice too. I really like this knife. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to carry it without using this doggone thing. You know, if I go outdoors, maybe I will use this, but more than likely I'm probably just going to drop this straight into my pocket, use it that way. Alright, well, that's it for the European collection. I'll be doing several more videos following through my collection. See you later. Hey guys, how do you know you have a large knife collection when you start losing track of all of the different pieces in it? So this is an addendum to the European makers that I had. I was digging through some of my collection to get ready for some other collection videos, and I ran across these again. So what you see is a Victorinox Swiss Champ, and I pulled out all the blades just kind of let you see all the different things that this one has on it, and why this is the only Swiss Army knife actually I have. So I got the toothpick and you know, the tweezers, of course. Got the really small screwdriver that screws into the corkscrew, and here's the awl punch, and then you see the various screwdrivers here with a little bit of wire stripper there, and then all the sharp stuff. Can opener, another small screwdriver, the bottle opener on that one. Some scissors, got the saw, file, pair of pliers, and we're kidding when this they made this one called the Work Champ. You can see how thick it is too. And the last interesting thing about this particular one is it's one of those that actually has a locking blade. So it's not a slip joint. It actually locks that blade in place. So I have on occasion actually carried this in my pocket. It's a beast though, as you can tell. Alright, and then this one, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name of this. I've seen it pronounced Liul and then Lagul, something like that. Anyway, it's a bee knife. I'm sure you've seen these before, French. And Liul en Aubrac, which is one of the different makers they got out there in France for these particular styles. Again, if you look up St. Schmalhaus, he's got a lot of videos that talk about the different type of cutlery that they have over there in Europe. Really nice. Again, something you can just throw into a picnic basket, cut up your sausages and cheese and throw them on crackers. There's a little guarantee there that this is in fact forged in that region of France. I think the wood on here is Wenge. See the nice little cross pattern in the pins. File work on the back. Beautiful little piece. 12C27 Swedish stainless steel. And that is a big ass slip joint on that one. Centering's off a little. But hey, this one's a tool. Even if it's a pretty tool. Alright. that's it. Later.